So if you're here right now, I'm guessing you've already watched Alice in Borderland Season 3, so spoilers shouldn't be a problem. Welcome back, guys. You already know I'm always hyped to talk about Alice in Borderland. Seriously, I never get tired of it. Alright, straight to the point. I'm not gonna waste time going over the rules of the Train and Fortune games from Season 3, because if you've seen it, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. So today, I just want to check out if there are any differences from the manga. Now you might be wondering, why am I only talking about these two games? Well, it's because the rest of the games in Season 3 were mostly original creations by the show's team, including the staff, director, and even the author. They weren't actually in the manga. That's why I'm not breaking down all the games from Season 3, just the ones that were actually in the manga. Let's start with the Fortune game. In the manga, this game also takes place at a festival, just like in the series. But here's the big difference. It was actually the first game introduced in the manga, which means it should have shown up in Season 1, not in Season 3. Back then, Arisu, Chota, Karube, and Shibuki were the ones involved in the game. The rules are mostly the same, so nothing major changed there. The questions are super obscure though. While playing, Shibuki and Karube figure out that the real difficulty comes from the penalty system, which means the answers are probably higher than what you'd normally expect. Because of that, you always have to keep some doubt in mind when trying to figure out the answer. In the series, the number of fortune slips is actually increased from 4 to 10, since in the manga only the 4 of them were playing. But clearing the game works out pretty much the same. Arisu realizes that the direction of the arrow's fortune actually points to the arrow's origin. Basically, south is good. At the south end of the festival, there's a well that leads to a hidden room connected to the sewage system, which gives the players a way to escape back into the city. Now, moving on to the train game. In the manga, this one is actually completed by Shibuki on her very first day in the Borderlands, which means it was originally meant to show up in Season 1. It even gets a quick mention by Shibuki in Episode 2, though she never goes into the details of what type of game it was or how hard it was. What's really interesting is that in the OVA, Shibuki is shown clearing this game all by herself. She survived by correctly calculating the risks and trusting her instincts, rather than relying on probability alone. We can say it's game of luck and a game that testing the human will to survive, with the solution requiring players to overcome their fear and confront death head-on when the odds were most favorable. The train game in the manga actually takes place in a train yard, with a limit of just 1 player per train and no time limit at all. Pretty different from the show, right? In the series, they gave players only 30 seconds in each car to put on the gas mask. In the manga though, the setup was a gas mask plus 3 cylinders of air. Meanwhile, the show switched that to a gas mask and 5 canisters of neutralizing agent for the poison gas. The change makes sense, since the series had way more players in the game, not just 1 person per train like in the manga. In the series, we saw those bird cages in every car, with the canary acting as a warning system. But in the manga, it's totally different. It's actually a vase of flowers in each carriage. If the flowers are blooming, the room's safe. If they're wilted and dead, that means poison. Another big difference is how many cars had gas. In the show, the poison was in cars 2, 4, 7, and 8. But in the manga, it's only in the 4th and final carriage. And on top of that, the manga's version of the game was way smaller. It only had 1 train with 4 carriages, and there was no rule or directive to stop the train at all. In the show, we saw how they cleared the game with the main goal being to stop the train. But in the manga, it's a little different. The clear condition is simply making it through all 4 carriages. The rules even state that players should enter the first carriage without using an oxygen tank, since the survival rate is highest there at about 75%, and then it gradually gets lower the further you go. So overall, these two games didn't really have huge differences compared to the manga. If you guys are interested, I can definitely make another video breaking down the games from Season 1 and Season 2, looking at the rules, strategies, and solutions in more detail. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. Also, I already made a video talking about the possibility of Alice in Borderland Season 4, so check that out if you haven't yet. Don't forget to subscribe for more support, it really helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.